Hi there, I'm Luca Paris, and you're joining us on our culinary journey at Monadnock Flooring in the Design Center. Our new set is built here by Monadnock Flooring. It's a beautiful set, and we have some exciting things to show you today. And we are joined, as our guests, Matt and Ron. They're the flooring guys here at Monadnock Flooring. How's it going, guys?
Great.
You ready for some cooking?
Absolutely.
Awesome. We're going to be cooking and even drinking today. We're thinking summer barbecue, and no better way to start off with a nice Captain Morgan's iced tea. Then we're going to make some grilled beef medallion with some portobello mushrooms that'll be grilled, asparagus wrapped with prosciutto, and even some potatoes that are boiled first and then grilled. So we have some cool ideas today. You ready for that?
Sounds great.
Wonderful. So with their help and with you watching, we're going to make a great variety of food. So sit back and relax and enjoy the ride because we're going on a culinary journey and it starts now. Hey there, and welcome back on our culinary journey. And Ron here has the beef. How's it going, Ron?
Good.
Good. This is going to be the beef tenderloin we're making, but before we get, I'm going to take that out of your hand there, buddy. Before we get started on that, let's make a really good drink. It's all about the summertime. You know, it's all about iced tea and a little bit of help. So let's pour some fresh brewed iced tea in our drink. And it might be a little too much iced tea. And I'm going to add a little Captain Morgan to this. Tell me when, Matt.
When?
Really? I thought you were going to go a little longer.
I thought that was just mine.
Yeah, it is just yours. A little bit of lemon juice, and then a little bit of ginger ale. So we got these nice flavors all together, right? Sounds good, guys?
That's great.
Yeah, nice sweetness to it. And let's shake that up. So a summertime iced tea with little Captain Morgan's. Nice and easy. Can't go wrong with this. Get a little strainer going on. So you guys do a lot of barbecuing in the summer?
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Well, this meal today is going to be perfect to do outside or inside, so you can't go wrong. There you go, guys. Enjoy that.
Thank you.
And then we're going to get started on what we're making today. And that's going to be, we'll start with our vegetable and our potato first. So I'm going to run over here, grab our asparagus. We'll get that started. And our potatoes. Now, I need to get the potatoes boiled just a little bit because we're going to use them on the grill. We're using just red potatoes, which I love the way they taste and texture, and also because I'm lazy and I don't like to peel. So we just get those all in there, get a little boil on them, because they'll take longer to grill. So we'll just blanch them off just a bit. And we'll get this one going. There you go. And since we have a lot of people watching us, we'll cut another one for them, because that's for you guys, right? So
we can share.
While I'm you can share.
Yeah, we'll share.
So while I'm doing this, we also need to tell people while you're on the set also, because we have a brand new set, and this is our first season with the Monadnock Flooring Design Center set, and this is really incredible. You guys were really instrumental in putting this together. Matt, you gave me a call not too long ago and said we want to build you a TV set, right? Well, we did it right here.
We figured you needed a nice updated kitchen.
Well, and this is, you can't get much better than this.
Thank you.
Especially because I have my garbage can right here.
Right.
That's like one of the biggest, coolest things about this set. So I'm going to get my asparagus ready too. So we're boiling our potato. We're going to get our asparagus ready. And that's just a little bit of seasoning. And so people could see this set even when we're not filming, right, Ron?
Correct.
So where they could come in here, just check out the set and
Yep, we're open
see all
Monday
the cool
through,
things?
Yeah, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday 9 to 2.
Awesome. So what we're going to do is going to wrap it with a little prosciutto. Now there's a couple things you can do if you like. You can wrap, or you can pre-blanch asparagus. That's what a lot of people like to do. It's more of the French method. Or you can cook it right from the grill. I like it with a little more al dente. I like to have it just a little bit more of a crunch. So I'm going to cook it all the way from raw on the grill. So we're going to just wrap it like that, put 3 in per bundle. And what I'm using is a Prosciutto di Parma. You can get Prosciutto di Parma now in almost any store, which is great. And it's just so much better than just a ham. It's got a little saltiness to it and some nice feel, but we've already pre-salted. One of the things I do is I season all the way through. I like to season all my different layers. And for those of you who've been watching the show a long time, you know I season with kosher salt, and it makes it that much better. So 3 bundles, we'll get that ready. We'll get a little bit more seasoning on top, a little pepper flake too. You guys like it spicy?
Sure.
Bingo, there you go, you get a little bit more. All right, then we're gonna get that boiling. Have you tried your drinks yet?
No, sorry.
Let's try our drinks, there you go. Wait, where's mine? Oh, I have this big one. What do you think?
That's good.
Is it nice?
Yeah.
There you go, we got a nice drink going on. We're gonna finish some of that. We're gonna let the potatoes boil. We're gonna grill our asparagus, and when we come back, we're gonna get some other stuff going. Look how great this stove's working. We're gonna start grilling our beef, get our asparagus grilling, a whole bunch of stuff coming together, and a little bit of tarragon lemon sauce to go with the whole thing. So don't go away. We'll be back in a culinary minute. Hey there, welcome back on our culinary journey, and we're moving on to the next step, which is actually getting stuff cooking. You know, all about what we're doing before is a lot of mise en place, getting things ready to work and making it quicker to get over there. So you can have your drinks and I can make food in record time. That's the goal, right?
Sounds great.
Okay, so let's get on to the next step, which is we took our blanched potatoes. We're going to give them a little flavor. A little bit of heat, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And these are going to go on skewers, and we're going to grill them, because that's the one thing. Once you start cutting vegetables and you put them on a grill, especially your open grill, they're going to fall through. We're not going to let them fall through. We're going to add a lemon. And Ron, you watch me do this on TV all the time, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then cut our lemon, and we squeeze it with the seeds staying in there, and just get a little bit of that lemon juice in there. All right? And we don't have any problem with any seeds going into there. And a little bit of salt. And what you guys don't have at home that I have is my Ayotte seasoning. It's just a little blend of seasonings that we use at the restaurant, which is nice. You could use just about anything else. And finally, some fresh tarragon. Tarragon, rosemary, any way you want to go with this. Just to give it that lemon and the tarragon together, just go so well together. It's just going to be a great dish to add to it, or a great item to add. So, hey, I keep forgetting about my cool garbage can right here. My old set, I used to throw everything on the floor.
Well, we appreciate you not doing that.
Well, especially since you guys are the flooring guys, right? There you go. And one of these shows, we've got to show everybody everything about this place. I mean, the floor is just amazing. Everything is just incredible. A little more salt and pepper on there. And then we'll just shake it around a little bit. And we'll get these on the grill. So we'll get these through with the skewers. They were blanched, so they were pretty much cooked to where I want them to be. And once we get these on, we get 1 or 2 on, and then we'll get also, let's turn up our grill a little bit. And I got this Viking stove here that has this amazing like low setting, which I get everything nice and hot on. And then I just turn it up, and it's going to grill perfectly. We're also going to go back here. I'll get one of those on for now, and then when we go to break, I'll get the rest on. We're also going to go back to our asparagus that we did in the first segment that we wrapped. Now, what's great about the prosciutto, it has fat in it. And the fat in the prosciutto is going to just render out on the grill. You don't want it too high, because if you put it on a really hot grill, what's going to happen is it's going to burn on you, and you don't want that to happen. But when you put it on a medium-high grill, or if you have those 2 tiers on your grill, right, put it on the second tier, the fat will render a little bit, and then it'll shrink, and then the prosciutto will just tighten around the asparagus, which will be nice. Get a little olive oil on there. If you're putting it out on the grill, you might not need extra virgin olive oil. You might want to probably do it with a little bit of just a spray, a Pam spray, or those type of cooking sprays, or even just a regular olive oil. So we'll get that on there too. Start getting a nice sizzle. Now, as you can tell, you can do this at home too, right? You don't have to go outside, so it's the middle of winter and you want to do the same feel, you could still do that. Hey, Ron, you want to skewer the rest of those for me?
I'd love to.
All right, have fun with that. I just realized a good use for my co-stars on the show. Look at that. You're not out of the woods yet, man, just so you know.
Thanks.
What we're going to do, too, is Portabello mushrooms that are going to go with it. Now, some people like to take off the gill of the mushrooms right here. And then what that does is it'll just, if you're using it in a sauce, let's say, using Portabello mushrooms in a sauce, you take out the gill. It won't get the sauce quite as dark. But I don't mind that. I like the flavor. I like the way it feels. I like all those things about it. So I'm just going to leave those in. And then we'll do the same thing. Is that starting to smell good, guys?
It smells great.
Yeah, we're starting to get that nice, everything's really grilling. You have one of those potatoes ready, Ron?
I hope so.
Beautiful, great job. We'll get that on.
Thank you.
All right, that's one for each of you. And the mushrooms are actually going to be a base. We've done all this cooking. We haven't even touched the beef yet, right? We're going to finish that in our last segment, and it'll be nice and easy. But once you have your vegetables ready, and of course, if your grill's bigger, you're going to be able to cook more of these at a time. Yeah, I need one more, Ron.
We need
Oh, you need a
I need a
skewer?
skewer.
There you go. Right, because I got to eat too, you know. Either that or our director ends up eating this last one here. So we have 3 orders of asparagus. We're going to have 3 potatoes on our little mini in-home grill. And then we're going to put those on sheet pans. And then what we're going to do is put the beef on and cook that perfectly. So we'll marinate that in there. So real simple. We have marinated Portabello mushrooms with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. We have our asparagus skewers with the prosciutto wrapped around them. And we have our potatoes that are grilling nicely right here. And all right here at the Monadnock Flooring Studios, where we're doing a culinary journey with Luca Paris. Let me go right over here and get myself some tongs. This set's just way too cool. I'm just finding everything I need. It works out perfectly. So you guys, is there anything here you don't like so far?
No, it looks great.
Looking good.
It smells wonderful.
What I like to do too is, you know, a little bit, there's one of the, little more lemon juice. The lemon juice does a couple of things. One, it just adds a little more flavor, but it also brings out other flavors. You know, that acidity just really helps things sparkle, and that'll just pop out. And lemon with mushrooms, some people don't think about. Lemon and mushrooms go incredibly together. So we'll let that continue to cook. As that cooks, we have my other skewer. Great job, sir.
Thank you.
We'll get that on there too. So as that cooks, we're going to go away on a culinary minute. And when we come back, we're going to grill beef and put this whole thing together. So don't go away. We'll see you in a culinary minute. Hey, and welcome to the Culinary Minute. I'm here in my favorite kitchen store, and it's your kitchen store, with Dean, our good friend of the show. And Dean, I'm getting all my stuff for the show through you, and it's some amazing stuff. And we start with our Swiss Diamond potware or cookware.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about it and what the features of it are.
Swiss Diamond is made in Switzerland. The biggest feature is the non-stick coating. It's got crushed diamonds in it, so it is the hardest non-stick out there. So It's one of the very best. And diamonds are a good heat conductor.
Right.
There's aluminum and then copper. Diamonds are the best, although most people aren't cooking with diamonds.
They're not only a girl's best friend now.
They're a cook's best friend.
They're a cook's best
They're a
friend.
cook's best friend. This is cast aluminum. It's poured so that in liquid, so that you can make it thin and thick where you want it to and where you need it to be, instead of pressing it into a mold. It conducts heat just beautifully. It has a flat bottom to give better heat conduction, and also to be good on an induction stove.
Right. Now, 2 things. You don't need high heat for these, really.
Any good cookware doesn't need high heat. As
Right.
a matter of fact, high heat is the enemy of most good cookware. It handles heat so beautifully that to do it on high heat would just be to absolutely sizzle some products. Also, that's when nonstick gets to be tricky.
Okay.
High heat starts to make it soft. That's when you scratch. That's when you bubble it.
All right. And by non-stick, you don't have to worry too much about things sticking to the pan. You use less oils, probably.
You can make a macaroni and cheese in this, sauce in this, and just wipe it out with a towel.
It's great product, the Swiss Diamond product. I'm using them on the show. I'm loving them, having a great time with them. We'll learn more about this and more items in your store in our next Culinary Minute. Hey there, and welcome back. And what we're doing is we're taking off of our grill so we could find some room for our beef right now. So we have our Portabello mushrooms that grilled down nicely. What do you think, guys, so far? Liking it?
Yes.
Smells great.
Yeah. We got our potatoes that were on the grill. Now, if we're at home and we don't have a lot of room to work with, we don't have one of our big grills that we have outside, and you have a lot of people, what you're going to do is just get all your vegetables ready and get them in the oven, keep them warm, let them finish off a little bit. So I have this oven at 350 degrees, and now I do have 3 orders. We have for the 3 of us, right? But since everybody's watching, if I don't give them a piece of beef, we're all in trouble, right? So I'm going to season a whole bunch of this from a beef tenderloin. Now, you could use any type of beef you like. I just love beef tenderloin for a couple of reasons. One, it cooks really quickly. I like it rare. Ron, you like it rare?
Correct.
And one of the things I like to do is be able to cook all different temperatures. So I have some thinner pieces for people who like a little more well done, or medium, or above. And then I have some thicker pieces for people who like it rare. That's my trick. I'll cook everything at the same time. You just get a different size as we go along. And I also, filet mignon's great, but medallions are even better because you could have 2 medallions, cook them in half the time, and they come up that much nicer for you. So let's just get these on the grill right now. And I didn't marinate them with anything. I'll just salt and pepper them. I like to just get just a salt and pepper. And you see how thin some of these are. You can make some great steak sandwiches with these too, right? So see if we have enough room to get all of them on. One of these shows, I got to show you how to break down one of these. A lot of people will go out and buy filet mignon already made up. One of the best things to do is get a beef tenderloin, a whole beef tenderloin, and then you take it and you break it down, and you could use almost every piece of the beef tenderloin, and I'll show you that someday. So let's get a little more salt on that. Some people tell me when they see the show, they'll see, wow, you put a lot of salt on. And for those of you who are fans of the show, remember this is season 4, guys. That's the coolest thing is we have a lot of big fan base, and you too might be actually in this studio someday watching me cook. And what I like to do is use kosher salt. Kosher salt, you don't need as much. That iodized salt, if you put too much on, then it's over-salted. And the thing about salt is that you want to extract flavor or enhance flavor versus from having just a salty flavor. So that's what we're going to do. This little grill pan works wonders because we're already getting some nice grill marks on it. So we can flip over one side. And again, like I said, you could cook really, really quickly when you're talking about medallions of beef versus a filet mignon, let's say. And this comes from the same part of the tenderloin as does the filet mignon. It's just that I cut them a little bit smaller and just pound them out just a little bit so we could have all different sizes and shapes. So to recap, in the oven we have the asparagus, we have the potatoes, we have a great drink, the Capt iced tea, which was super easy, right? Yeah, now that was unsweetened. You could also add a little bit of sugar to that. Do you need it?
No.
Does it need sugar?
No.
It's perfect the way it is. We have the Capt iced tea that we're doing there. And then in the oven we have our potatoes and everything. So our grill's almost set. Let's talk a little bit about the set, gentlemen. While this is cooking, I do want to talk about the set because we have a wonderful countertop that you took care of. And the 2 of you are so responsible for making this happen. So I want to thank you very much for that, having you on and talking about it. But tell us a little bit about the set and a little bit about the setup we have here.
Well, we really are just the house for this set. As you know, there's a lot more people involved than just us. So we need to thank Vermont Custom Cabinetry for the beautiful kitchen you have, and Burbank Stoneworks for the tile work and the countertops that you're cooking on. So, and obviously Cocoa Plum for all the appliances.
Yeah, no, this has been, what this is the greatest idea of having all local people all together doing something fun, and where our finished product is showing off a great thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It works not just for you, but for us also.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. So Monadnock Flooring, Cocoa Plum, Vermont Custom Cabinets, your kitchen store got involved with us and giving us stuff. Yeah. And we have some great, exciting things. And of course, Cheshire TV, we got to thank them also for letting us showcase this. So going back to the food, which is why everybody's watching, and that cool stuff, we're just letting our beef grill and just go. Like this piece is ready for me. We're going to let a couple of pieces grill just a little bit longer. So we're going to have to go away because, it'll just be 3 guys hanging out and you'll be bored watching us. So we're going to let this finish grilling. We're going to take it off and rest, and we're going to put our plates together for some amazing stuff at the end, all right?
I'm excited.
Sounds good? All right, so don't go away. You'll be back in a culinary minute. welcome back. And so we're finished grilling up our beef here. We're here with Matt and Ron, the flooring guys here at Monadnock Flooring at our Culinary Journey Studios at Monadnock Flooring's Design Center. Try and say that in one whole sentence, right? I did it. There you go. So we'll get our beef off. We're going to let it rest. And resting or reposing is what they say, is basically to let the juices kind of come back into the meat. And by letting them rest, if you cut into it right away, what will happen is all this great juice is going to just flow right out. By letting them rest, the meat will absorb the juice back in, and it'll be yummy, yummy. When it's an item like this, when it's something small like a beef tenderloin medallion, which are about 2 to 3 ounces or 4 ounces, you don't need a lot of time. 2 minutes. By the time we're done with this segment and I'm putting them on the plate, that's all you really need. When it's a turkey or a big, roast beef or anything like that, you're talking about half-hour resting time. So when you see that in a recipe and you're talking about resting times, that's pretty much what it's about. It's about letting the juices come right back in. So let's get in our oven right here and pull out what we were working with down below, right? So we got that, which is our portobello mushrooms and our potatoes. And talk about making a nice little plate. And let's get over here. Let's see about making a nice plate of everything. One for each of us. Look at that. We'll get our potato on.
We don't have to share, right?
No,
Right,
this
good.
is all for you. You try and keep everybody away once we cut, though. That's a whole different thing. And what's nice about all this, it's all pre-bundled, right? You got 3 potatoes for everybody. You don't have to worry about this big mess. And they can be done a little bit in advance, too. I mean, that's the cool thing about this. You could pre-bundle your prosciutto around your asparagus. You could pre-do your potatoes. And you could have everything going. And the only thing you have to do is put the steak on the grill with the potatoes and the asparagus, and you're ready to go. Now, the way I would do this is everybody would get 2 pieces because you want to put the mushroom in between the beef, right? I'm wondering where that was going to fall in.
That looks fantastic.
We get that in there. Wow. And then, every bite is just full of flavor. Now, I like to do a lot of sauces. I mean, I'm all about sauce. I'm all about, different flavors in the sauce. But with this, you really don't need a lot. But I do like to do some contrast. And the contrast being, in this case, let me scoot over here real quick. I just need, we'll use this. Contrast being a little bit of balsamic glaze. I love balsamic. And that little bit of glaze, you just give it a different feel, a little acidity and yet bitterness at the same time, and sweetness because I use a little honey in my balsamic glaze. And that's all you really need. If you like, just for garnish, because you're trying to impress at home, do a little hot pepper flake on the dish because we had some hot pepper flake. And then only because I'm a big fan of finishing a sauce or grilled stuff with good extra virgin olive oil. That's the Italian in me kind of coming out. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil will do a finish on your potatoes and asparagus. So that's about it, gentlemen. I think that's all we have time for. I hope that looks good to you. This one's cooked a little bit more.
Thank you.
There you go. Give it a shot when we go off air. But there you have it. I mean, it's an easy dish to do. Really nice flavors and simple, bright, vibrant lemon juice, balsamic. The grill is just coming out at you, and you can do it at home or you can do it outside. Either way, I think you can't go wrong. So again, gentlemen, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
It smells wonderful.
And I'll see you next time on A Culinary Journey.